Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about keeping an open mind while you're traveling and the danger it can be to go into a place with preconceived notions of what you're going to expect. Okay, now to start off, I'm not saying that, I'm immune to this. I fall victim to it myself all the time, and that's actually why I'm making the video. When I announced that I was coming to the Philippines and a couple of other places on this trip, I got a lot of, nearly all of them, really well-meaning messages warning me of the dangers in different places. Now, of course, it's useful to know if certain areas have a reputation for certain things. Of course, in Sydney, there's areas that you don't want to walk down the back lanes on a Saturday night. That's true of anywhere. But I also got some messages which were just prejudiced, in my opinion. So saying, be careful, in that city you can't trust that nationality of people. Whatever they say to you, they're always trying to rip you off. Now, to start off, I don't believe crime has anything to do with race. It's all to do with, majority is to do with poverty, desperation, and, a need or addiction or something like that. So, you may be more likely to get mugged in a certain city, not because the people there are bad or because the people are violent or the people have bad morals. It's most often because the people there are desperate or the people have a really low standard of living. On that point, of course, in some cities you will get hassled more by people trying to sell you things or to offer you services or whatever they're trying to do. And that could be partly due to desperation, or it could be partly due to what that city's, societal standard is of what's an appropriate level of pressure to put on in a sale. It's not necessarily just for tourists. And yeah, if you're the sort of person who finds it stressful when the charity people are in your local shopping mall and you have to cross the road so you don't have to speak to them because you don't want that hard sell, then there's probably places that you're not going to enjoy going to. But keep in mind, that's more to do with how you deal with it rather than what the situation is. I have a higher tolerance, thankfully, and those places don't bother me. So it's not the place per se, it's how your stress level is. And in that sense, going into a place expecting a certain outcome is good old-fashioned prejudice. If you think, I know what's going to happen here, they are this nationality or they are from this city, therefore this is going to happen, that's prejudice. That's assuming that you know how people are going to be because of a little bit of information you have about them. And I really honestly believe that going in with preconceived notions of what to expect, you can color things for the better or for the worst. If you go in expecting everything to be great, yeah, there's a chance your expectations may be dashed a little when they're not as great as you hoped, but you're going to be looking for the good things. If you go in thinking, oh my God, this resort's going to be amazing, then you're going to be saying, oh, look at the pool, and look at this, and look at that. Whereas if you go in pissed off and angry or expecting to get ripped off, you're not going to trust anyone, and that's the biggest one. If you go in thinking, for example, a common piece of advice I got given about Manila, you can't trust people in Manila, they're all going to try and rip you off. On the first night I was there, being on guard probably helped because it was a little bit of a shady neighborhood. But if I had followed that advice, there would have been great conversations with taxi drivers that I missed out on. There would have been, wonderful people that I met who invited me to go and do things that I never would have done because I would have been thinking, what's the angle there? So I really want to urge you, wherever you're going, sure, do your homework and find out if there's things you should be aware of or, do's and don'ts, but don't go in expecting that you know what's going to happen because of the people that are there, and don't ever write off a country or a people because that country is XYZ or they're this way. It's stupid and it's really limiting, and it's going to shape and color the way that you see a place, or it may mean that you don't go there at all. For example, I don't know many people who've come to the Philippines, but I'm telling everyone now, come to the Philippines. It's gorgeous and the people are just so lovely. So I hope you found that interesting. I'll see you soon, guys.